Today, you're going to learn how to trade your daily bias just using the 15-minute time frame and the edges of your profiles. Before we start this video, I just want to highlight that over 55% of you guys are not subscribed and will not be receiving any notifications when I make a video. So please join the family, like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys at the end of this video. One of the first questions you're probably going to be asking me is, what is a profile? How many profiles do we have in a day? Can we trade every profile? And I'm going to be answering every single thing like that throughout this video. So please stay tuned and let's get into this. The first thing that we're going to need to understand is that there are 6 profiles inside of our day. There's going to be 6 profiles in every single day. There are 6 profiles on every single asset. And this model works on every single asset. Just backtest, backtest, backtest. But I'm here to show you how to trade this. So what we're going to be looking at for our profiles to get daily bias in our day is going to be our edges. No, look, I'm not referring to an edge like a strategy or a model or something that's going to give you like an advantage. What I'm looking at edges is going to be the edges of a candle. And we need to understand that a candle is going to have a high and a low. But what's more important is going to be these edges of the wick. This is where price is going to find support, and once we break past, we can use this as a reaction. Okay. So let's use that same logic into the profiles. What's our first edge of this first profile of the day? We have this high and then we have this low, right? Did price stay inside of it? Yes. But let's still look at these edges. We have this wick up at the top, supported by the 1800 open. And then we have this wick up at the bottom. Once price reacted from here, we had a candle count on the 15-minute. But we never went further than that original MCR. So price closed below. Okay, and this created a new edge. Price then went back up to that 1800, this first profile of the day, the high. Did we go past it? Meaning, did we close above it and continue? No. We had our candle count, meaning we had a body closing below the original candle. That is the highest candle of this range. Okay. So we have a continuation to the bottom edge now. We had price failing to close further than the lowest candle that hit that edge. So right now, what you're telling yourself is price failing to close higher than this edge? Yes. Now you're going to wait for something like a candle count for price to continue lower. We're breaking past this edge. We create a new edge at the end of this profile. Did the start of this next profile, did we close below this profile and continue lower? No. We found support, went higher with a candle count, meaning we have a candle body closing higher than that previous candle. That is the candle that is rejecting from the range or from the area of interest. We have a new edge. The start of this profile, the same as below. Over here, we rejected. Over here, we closed above. So we had price closing above the profile. What is it probably going to do? Probably going to react from that previous profile. This is going to be a simple way that we can use profiles to understand the higher time frame daily bias throughout this day. We can go through another example. If you are someone that cannot be trading every single profile, I would definitely advise not trading every profile as volume is different throughout the day. We're going to be looking at the most consistent profile that's going to give you the best ranges, and that is going to be the New York AM profile. What we can look at from this New York AM profile, if this is going to be the profile that you are selecting to be trading, is looking at where that start point is. We can see the opening line for New York AM was in between the London profile, which is going to be the third profile. So we're going to be having these two edges at the top, okay? Before we get into this, I want you guys to look at profiles in the specific way from now on. Every single profile, every single range, every single consolidation, everything in trading can be deduced into one candle. What I'm trying to say by that is, imagine this was one candle. And then this was a candle. And then over here we have another candle. And right now, we're forming a brand new candle. What is the premium and discount of this candle? It's going to be these two edges. This is going to be the only point where price is going to find a rejection or a confirmation to close further, continuations, reversals. Everything is going to happen from these premium and discount points from the range to the left of the opening. Last thing is how we could have gotten into this trade on the 1 minute. And let's get into the live chart. I'm going to highlight this profile edge that we reacted off of. Price sold from the top of New York AM MCR. And then once we got to the profile edge, we had a candle count from the candle that was the lowest candle that interacted with that point of interest. We can also see price right here failed to close further than the lowest wick gap from this original sell candle. And then we had a candle count going bullish. We also had a signal from our Wicks sniper indicator. And then we trade all the way to the top of MCR. If you guys want to get a hold of this MCR indicator, it is completely for free inside of our Discord. Just click the link in the description down below. There will also be a Notion that has this entire model, entry models, every single concept to do with it in text, so you guys can use that with your trading. This has been Zero from Candle Theory. Thank you guys so much for watching.